days, women use their body like kola nut. Immediately a man presents himself, they're already presenting the body.
Something different from what you know me for. It's all about relationship. With me this afternoon, a colleague, a friend, and a relationship coach. I believe she has a lot of things to tell us about relationship. With me this afternoon,
Mrs. Orji, please.
Thanks for honoring this invitation. I earlier mentioned that she's a relationship coach. The fact that she's a nurse, she developed interest in relationships. I would want her to share with us what made her to develop that special interest in relationship. All right, let's hear from you, ma.
Thank you very much, Ms. Famaki. To answer your question, it breaks my heart when I see families fall apart. I know from every broken home comes broken children. So most times when I see them, I feel like, can something be done to salvage this situation? Can something be done so that homes will not be falling apart, so that we won't be having more broken children? So that is one of the things that motivated me to become to go into relationship and coaching.
All right, thank you so much. So we've heard from her the fact that it breaks her heart when she sees homes getting broken or families going apart. It's the reason why she developed that keen interest in relationship, and it's a very good thing. And I think that for someone like her, she has a lot of things to share with people out there, especially the singles who are trusting God for marriage. I believe you're going to learn a lot from her this afternoon. Please stay back and enjoy. I'll be asking her some questions which I believe you all will learn from. Recently, I discovered that there's a high rate of divorce. What could be responsible for it? Because some are just few weeks old, months old, and the next thing is that they are no longer together. Like, I'm curious. I would like to know, what do you think is a contributing factor to this high rate of divorce?
All right. There are so many factors that can lead to divorce. Some of them comes from the kind of training some children have from their various homes, and some children that came from broken families. You know, that negative pattern is already there. It tends to follow them. But there is something I've discovered that is the major cause of all the high increase in divorce rate that we are having these days. Is because people fail to have a good understanding of what marriage is all about. So let me ask this question. Who invented marriage? Marriage is God's property. And for somebody to strive and succeed in marriage, you have to follow the manufacturer's script on how to run marriage. And you see that in the Bible. God told the husband, love your wife. Wife, respect and submit to your husband. Anything less than this will lead to trouble in marriage. If a man cannot love his wife to the extent of sacrificing for him, to the extent of standing up for him, even when family members gather to eat her up, he should be able to stand up as a man and defend her. That means that marriage must collapse. Because the wife will be at the mercy of family relative, wolves and what have you. The same thing goes for the young man. Any man that cannot love his spouse is problem. Any woman that cannot respect her husband is a problem. So my advice to the youth today, people who are trusting God for marriage, as a man, please marry a woman. Don't just marry anybody because somebody have pushed you. Your pastor says they saw you and the woman is your partner, or maybe
from the well.
Yes, or the family is pushing you. This is the person we choose for you. It's coming from a good. No. Go for a woman you can love. And make sure that woman you are loving is the kind of woman that will respect you. Because I've come to understand that what men cherish most in marriage is respect. They like it. And that is why God commanded, wife, respect your husband. And submit to him in all things. Because oftentimes you may have a different opinion from what your spouse. But if you have respect for him, you can just agree with him. And then later, you can now tell him, honey, this is what I feel about this. Respectfully. And you see, if you marry a man that loves you, you will see him respond. He will pause and think about what you have said. And maybe if you are making a good point, he will end up picking what you have said. So for ladies, please go for a man that will love you. And how do I define this love? Some ladies will make the mistake of marrying a man who doesn't even love them, or who they love more. If you marry a man you love more, you are in for heartbreak, you are in for heart attack. So I may say, okay, let's say the woman loves the man 60%, but the love of the man should be more. the man should be able to love like 80 to 90% so that it will balance. But if you are the one, doing the 90% and the man is doing 40, you are in for heart attack because he is going to rubbish you in that union. So just like I said before, man, marry a woman that you can love and the woman that you know that can respect your authority. Now, for the ladies, marry a man who can love you. And somebody will ask me, how will I know that he loves me? Most times women are blind in relationship because they have already committed their mind and their body. Once the heart is committed and the body is committed, even when they are seeing red flags, they will be blind to it. And one thing about marriage is that marriage is an eye opener. It will open your eyes. You'll be asking yourself, how did I manage to get to this point? So before you commit your heart and your body, think. Because these days women use their body like kola nut. Immediately a man presents himself, they're already presenting the body
in exchange for that.
And the moment a woman's body is involved, her emotions will follow. And the next thing, her money. And by the time she has invested, stepping out becomes a problem. So please, I'm begging you, marry a man that will love you and a man you can respect. Men, marry a woman who can respect you and a woman who you can love. Thank you.
Wow, I believe you have gained a lot from what she said. She has said quite a lot of things, and it's just as if she continues. See the way she was just saying it, like from what she said, I'm going to highlight some things, and let me remind you of this saying. There's a saying that love is blind, but what will happen? Marriage is going to open that your blind eye. So if you are entering marriage blindly, expect your eyes to be open. There will be divine restoration of your sight when you get into the marriage. So to ladies,
that will lead
to divorce. Wow. Automatic divorce, of course, because by the time your eyes are open, you'll be surprised that how did I get here?
Yes.
Then you start thinking probably the man just you. The man did not just you just yourself into the marriage because you were blindfolded with a lot of things, a lot of goodies. Probably because the man was spoiling the ladies with a lot of goodies, all those things now. And by the time you get into marriage, you see the reality then. So you have to choose wisely. Thank you so much, Mrs. Orji. We appreciate it. The ladies, again, let me remind you what she said. Marry a man that love you more than you love him.
Yes.
According to the percentage she gave, she said a man should be able to love a lady at least 80%, while the lady
supplies the remaining
20%, just to balance it. But if you are the one giving the 80%, I think it's high time you reassess or reevaluate that relationship. Is it worth going for, so that you won't enter into it and be regretting it. Then to the guys, according to her,
make sure you get someone that will respect
you.
Very important.
Once again, I want to appreciate our guest. Thank you for honoring this invitation.